She was a follower of one of the most notorious hippies of the 60s, Charles Manson.
As payback, I think it's my duty to speak the truth.
He was the prosecutor who sent her fellow Manson family members to prison.
Was I some evil monster to you during this period?
Now, 27 years later, the Manson prosecutor confronts the killer's star witness. The bizarre reunion with Manson's disciple.
In this case, a copy of his complaint should be in the DA's hands in the morning. Now, Charles Manson still strikes fear in people, even from behind bars. Tonight, one of his former angels is facing the man who put the helter-skelter killer away. Doug Bruckner has the exclusive confrontation.
The women of the Manson family. 3 of them were tried and convicted for some of the most savage murders of the 60s, while their sisters kept an eerie street corner vigil. In a chilling 1991 interview, Charles Manson told me he's still in touch with some of his female followers.
Believe me, all of my friends that used to be nice little gentle flower children, they are very mad and mean old witches now, you dig?
Not all. This Manson disciple, who once demonstrated on a street corner for Charlie, has become a born-again Christian. Exclusively for Hardcopy, Catherine Scher agreed to go on camera with prosecutor Vincent Bugliosi and describe how she was forced to lie under oath. It's the first time prosecutor Bugliosi has had the chance to confront a member of the Manson family face-to-face since the trial 27 years ago.
You were certainly one of the hardcore members of the Manson family. Subservient to him, dominated by him. You don't disagree with that assessment?
No, not at all. I didn't come into a cult. I didn't think it was a cult. I didn't even know what a cult was at the time. I came into a bunch of people that loved me and accepted me, and slowly but surely, with the nightly sessions that Charlie had with us, he just slowly put it into our minds day after day.
There came a day, August 9th, 1969, when Charles Manson sent family members to the house of actress Sharon Tate, where they brutally murdered 5 people.
You were under his control and his domination. If, hypothetically, would you have gone along if he had asked you to go along with them?
I know that I wouldn't have.
Would not have? Okay.
It's just the grace of God that I'm not where the girls were. And the fact that I was older and I had more of myself that he couldn't take away.
You were the oldest girl in the family, right?
Yes.
Catherine Scher had escaped the murders, but she couldn't run away from the trial. She says Charlie, who called her Gypsy, needed her testimony and asked a male family member if he could intimidate her.
He said, well, will you do something for me? If Gypsy tries to get away, what I want you to do is drag her behind a car until she's almost dead, but don't kill her. So it turned into total fear.
She did as she was told.
I was held up a note by one of the girls on the outside. This is what you say. And I read it over and over again, memorized it, and I was told exactly what to say.
Catherine was told to testify that the 7 Tate LaBianca murders were masterminded by one of the female family members, not Manson.
So you didn't know how it was going to fly?
No, I had no idea, but I knew that I didn't have a choice. Yeah. Charlie was also looking at the same time, making sure I said every word. You know, the control, even though people think, oh, he was in prison, he still had people on the outside that would have tortured me or anything else.
Well, it was said about Manson, he's behind bars, but his reach extends beyond the jail cell.
Absolutely.
Catherine Scher had to overcome embarrassment and fear to renounce Manson and admit she lied under oath, but she doesn't face any jail time. That's because the statute of limitations on perjury ran out more than 2 decades ago, and prosecutor Bugliosi says he knew she was lying.
Was I some evil monster to you during this period?
I looked at you as someone that just didn't realize. If you only could know who he was, then...
I didn't have a clue, in other words.
And, you know, we just thought that the whole world was going to know, you know, the truth, which was a lie.
Charles Manson and 3 of his women were sent to prison for life. Catherine Scher served a short sentence for her role in a robbery.
I feel that there's payback. I feel I was responsible, even though that I was programmed to do it and I was under Manson's control. I was responsible for drawing a lot of people into that family. As payback, I think it's my duty to speak the truth.
By the way, Charles Manson remains in a maximum security.
Hardcopy exposes